We know that there's been very light volumes. We also know that the foreigners have been very involved in the Zimbabwean market. Can we then conclude that foreigners have actually been sitting on the sidelines for some time now?
Yeah, I think the participation of foreigners has been restricted of late, but of late we have seen them coming back, and we have seen action being concentrated in a few counters, the likes of Equities Delta, Insco. There has been huge interest, but largely on the other counters, the trading has been thin.
Let's delve into some of the stocks now. We've got Ariston. Let's touch on that. It seems that they are going to want to authorize share capital worth around $1.6 million, looking at around 1.6 billion ordinary shares. It is all about raising capital at this point. Do you think it's going to be taken up quite positively by shareholders and the investor community?
Yeah, judging from past rights issues, the take-up hasn't been quite impressive. We have seen an average of about less than 50% subscription on the rights issues that have taken place to date. But Ariston, I think they are pretty optimistic. They want to raise their business to recapitalize it so that they can start operating profitably again. And now media reports that the biggest shareholder in Ariston has sold a significant 42% of the stake in the company to a South African investor. And I think all this, with the rights issue coming, would turn the fortunes of the company. Today, the counter trade at 1.3 cents, and the rights issue subscription is at price is at 9 cents per share.
Yeah. Let's touch on Reosm. There's been various troubles in the company, the biggest being indebtedness. The company issuing another cautionary statement. It seems that major shareholders are going to oppose the application with regards to ensuring that the company is going to adopt the sufficient funds needed to solve some of the issues when it comes to debt. Are you confident that the company is going to resolve these things? And with regards to the share price performance, I'm sure that it's been reflected with regards to the uncertainty that we've seen. Yeah,
the share price took a very huge knock last year, but the developments on the ground indicate that there is a proposal on the ground that has the support of the major shareholders, which will remove the uncertainty on what the major shareholders, what the shareholders would vote for in the event of an EGM. But currently, what then adding another twist to the tale is the lenders, a consortium of banks, has actually launched, made a High Court application to place the counter under judicial management, and that could be another source of interest in the counter.
TSL, we know, obviously a tobacco company. We saw revenue increasing by 29%, profits declining by 26%. We saw a lot of downward pressure when it comes to tobacco prices, operating costs increasing, and we saw also lower than expected tobacco output. Do you think that the next earnings season is going to surprise to the upside? Do you think that TSL can get its balance sheet in order?
I think it will all depend on the current tobacco, the forthcoming tobacco season. I think the preparations haven't been so well, and we don't anticipate a major increase in the tobacco output in the coming year. So the earnings might not be as good in the coming year, or they might not improve significantly in the coming year.
When we look at Hunyani, this company performing quite well, volumes increasing by around 9%. Export market still not looking that good, but we saw operating profit coming in at a fair level as well, around $2.2 million. Do you think that this can be sustained? And I suppose a big focus is going to come into the export market.
Yeah, I think the earnings can be sustained. What they need is to maintain the current momentum that they are on, and probably grow their export base, which would then give them the extra leverage extra mileage that they need to grow their bottom line.
Tinashe, let's also touch on the MPC review as well. What is your sense with regards to the monetary policy stance right now? It seems from an economic perspective, things are starting to stabilize quite extensively. Are there any big points there that you think we need to focus on going forward?
I think what the MPS will bring stability to the financial sector. Of note is the deadline of 1 April 2012, where the banking institutions which are not compliant with the minimum capital requirements will be forced to close. And at the moment, 5 institutions, Kingdom, Royal, ZABG, Genesis, and Renaissance, haven't complied with the minimum capital requirements. So that deadline is strict, and if banks are not compliant by that, we might see closures. We also have seen the bank also moving in to manage the liquidity situation on the ground. We've seen them increasing the prudential liquidity ratios from the current 25% to 27.5% by March 2012, and 30% by May. So I think overall this will bring stability to the financial